guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Mutawini. Today I thought of sharing with you how I opened my trading account, that is a stock trading account. You always find information on the best companies to stock in, the best stock brokers to work with, but no one is telling you exactly how to get started. I'm going to share with you this content using actually my own trading account. By the end of the video, you'll be able to know the very first steps of getting started and how to choose the trading companies, and also how to even check how your stocks are doing, and also how to buy and sell. So let's get started with the video. So you guys, I will have to share my screen with you. Yeah, so before we go to my laptop, because I already have my trading account, I'm gonna tell you the steps that I took to now the point of getting my account. So I used NCBA as my brokerage company. So as a beginner, the right thing you want to do when you're starting up is go through a broker. There are several brokerage firms which work with NSE, that is in Kenya, and I'm going to leave them on the screen so that you can maybe check them out and choose the one that you feel fits you well. One good thing with as a beginner going with brokers is that they are going to guide you. They are going to tell you the companies that they would advise you to buy with. And actually that's the route I took when it comes to the companies I've actually invested in. So I've invested in the companies that my relationship manager advised me to go with. So also after you've opened your account, they are going to give you a relationship manager. That is the person who is going to be telling you which is the right company to trade with, when to buy, when to hold, when to sell. For me, I went with NCBA. So what I did is I actually called them first, and what basically needed to do is visit the nearest branch near me. So I went to the CBD, the Wabera branch. So there what they do is they give you some forms to fill. They have some details, your address, and also your income, just general questions when it comes to your finances. And also you'll need to go with your KRA pin, and you will also need to go with your ID, national ID. They are very important for that process, so don't forget those two, you guys. So you fill the forms and leave the forms with them, and the process can take between some people say 3 business days, but mine took actually 3 weeks. So after that, they will send you an email with the details. I will try to put on the screen. So right now, let me take you to the screen so that we can now get started. So I'm going to log in. I'm already on my trading account dashboard. So when you look on the left, you can see a notification alert. Then there is reports. We have statements, we have portfolio valuation, we have stock holdings, we have contract, we have order reports, and today's position. So when you click on statement, you can see there is client code, there is trading account, and there's a time of trading. This basically doesn't show anything significant. Then we have equity segment. When you go to portfolio evaluation, this is where you can see how the stocks you've bought are doing. On top you have your details, then on the other side you have the equities. Under it are the securities you've invested in. That is, for me, I have invested in Cooperative, Kengen, KPLC, and NSE. So I'm gonna show you the most important parts of this one. There is the quantity. There you get the quantity of the shares you've bought from that particular company, and also there is the price, the average price. So that's the price you bought the shares at. Then we have the market price. The market price is the current price that certain stock is trading at. And then there is the market value. So that is the market value of your total shares for that company. Then the other column is the profits and losses. They'll show you if you're making profits, if you're making losses with that particular shares you bought from a certain company. And on the other side, it's now the profits and the losses in percentage. So you guys, I know this might feel a little bit confusing, so we are going to come back here later. So here you find the amounts that they are already on your trading account, but you've not traded yet. Then we have the fund transfer. So on this section is where you get to see the amounts that you've not traded, and at the same time you can choose to withdraw amounts from your trading account back to your bank account. Yeah, and also when you've sold your shares, you can also, this is where you also get to withdraw your money back to your bank account. So let's go back to one of the most important parts, how you're going to transfer amounts from your bank account to your trading account. So when you open your trading account, your relationship manager is going to direct you. So after that, you're going to log in into your trading account, just as you saw me do. And now let's go to how to get started with trading. So when you get to your dashboard, you will see a home icon. That is where you click and get to see the companies and how they are trading on that particular day. So mostly the trading hours start as from 9:30 up to 3 p.m. So those are the times that you can only trade. The other times you can't trade, but you can still access your account and check anything that you need to check with your account. So when you get here, you will see some arrows, which some look green and they are pointing up. It looks more of an arrow. There is another one that looks like it's a red facing down. Then there is another that looks like 2 yellow dashes. So the green arrow going up means that stock is trading higher or it's going up. The red arrow going down is basically the opposite, that stock is trading down or lower than it was trading last time or the previous day. So the 2 dashes, the orange dashes, they basically mean that the price has not changed from its last trade or the last trading day. Yeah, so you guys, I'm going now to take you to the other side of the screen. That is is this the left side or the right side, whichever. So you guys, on this section you get to see the when you click a certain stock. Let's go with cooperative. So when you click on cooperative from the main wish list or the table, you'll see people who are buying, the prices they are offering, and the ones who are selling, the price that they are offering. So this is a one buyer, this is one seller, this is one buyer, this is one seller. So the best thing when it comes to you buying a stock or buying shares is don't rush to buy with especially in the morning hours, don't rush to go with the price that is being offered during that time, because you can do that, then all of a sudden, let's say as hours move, the prices go down and you end up buying that particular stock at a higher price. Yeah, so if you buy at a higher price and that stock goes down, then already you've made a loss. So it's always conscious to, take your time before you make your final decision to buy that stock at a certain price. So when you're trying to buy, so I'm just going to try and act like I'm about to buy from cooperative. So let me select buy. So when I select buy, or you can see it's cooperative, you can see the name here, then the quantity, the price. So what I can do is I can choose to change the quantity I want to buy here. So I can change these to, let's say, 100. So if I buy 100, then I'll need to have a total of around 2800. If I decide to buy 1000 shares, then I will need to have around 29,000 here. So this is where you get to put in the quantity you want to purchase. Then here you use the price that you want to buy at. So when I'm finished with adding the quantity and the price that I'm willing to buy at, my bid is going to appear on the buyer side, and I'm going to wait from the seller side and see if there is anyone who is going to offer to sell their shares at that particular price. If that doesn't happen, then I can go back to that dashboard and check the one who is selling, they are or who is offering the list price. So I can come back and edit. Chances are that particular seller is going to consider me. So on that, the one important thing that you need to know is that when it comes to the buyer side or the bidder side, the highest price is the most likely price to sell at, or the closest, and on the seller side, the list price is the most likely to sell. For the seller side, the lowest price appears at the top, and the highest price appears at the bottom. And for the buyer side, the highest price appears on the top and the lowest price appears at the bottom. You also need to know the symbols used by different companies, so you know which company is this. But also, as we said, when you click on it, let me click another one, like which one looks this one, CARB. So let's see this one. If I click here, now I'm able to see the exact name for that particular company. Yeah, you guys. So if you're not sure which particular company is that, just click on buy, then you're going to see the exact names of that particular security. So once you bought your shares, you can always check on how they are doing, and that's why you come back to the reports. Then you can go to portfolio evaluation, and there you're able to see how your stocks are trading and which one is making up profits and which one is making losses. Yeah, so this part, it tells you if it's trading hours. So if it's trading hours, it's going to be written open. If it's the trading is closed, then it's going to be written closed in red color. Yeah, you guys. So if you're using a different broker, I don't feel like like these things are similar. So if you've understood from what I've just explained to you, then it's going to be easy for you to figure out the others. So you guys, what else do you feel like I've not touched on? Let me know in the comment section, and I will definitely make sure that I get back to you. All the best with that, and also remember that you need to check in with your relationship manager before you make any decision when it comes to buying and selling. So one thing I actually almost forgot, with buying, there is buy, sell, and hold. So you buy when the prices are low, and you sell when the prices go high, and you hold when the price is not changing or there is a possibility of the price going up. So you guys, thank you for watching, and I'm going to be seeing you in my next video. So bye.